Okay everybody, we're back. It's been a couple weeks since we did a video. Just got back from vacation and I was in Ohio visiting a friend of mine, and he had a bunch of bird feeders in his yard and it inspired me. So today I've got this sort of nondescript hunk of willow. It's not the kind of wood you're going to make a nice finish on without a lot of work, but for an outdoor bird feeder I think it's perfect. So the plan here is to put a lid on it, kind of a sloped roof, and then a tube, and then a tray. I'm hoping to hollow the tube all the way down, and I'm going to make a little plug at the top so that you can refill it. So a bunch of little interesting techniques. I think step one will be to get it round. Step two, we'll throw a tenon on the back, bottom, and then we'll go from there. The interesting part is going to be boring out the center, but we'll do that first so that we can get our widths and see what happens. A little slow in the beginning until we get it balanced.
Well. Here we are again in the Woodsty after a brief hiatus. Zed is refreshed and ready to make some sawdust. Did you know that there are Hindu texts that date back 3,500 years ago that discuss bird feeding? The practice of Woodturner involved offering foods like rice cakes to birds and other creatures. The belief was that feeding wild creatures helped balance the negative karma. Do you think Zed should consider what the neighborhood cats thinks about bird feeders? How does that balance with karma, I wonder? There seems to be two camps of people regarding the feeding of wild birds. Those that support it and those that think it creates problems for the birds in the long run. Let us know which camp you are in. Leave a comment below.
thing about green wood, it's so easy to turn, and soft willow is the easiest. You can see the amount of sawdust I'm just producing here. But it turns so quickly that you can kind of get ahead of yourself, and you saw a couple of those just a minute ago. So I'm trying to slow down now because this is where I'm getting into, I can't go too thin here because I'll break into the inner chamber. And I want to try and get this to a shape that's pleasing, either like a curve or a perfect cylinder or whatever. Probably easier to do a curve. Then I'll drill a couple holes for seeds to fall out into the tray. And then I'll take the bottom off, curve it up. I'm going to make a plug that will fit in here with maybe a brass bolt or something to go through it. And that plug will close the hole, and it'll be what it'll hang from. So at some point I've got to come up here and remove all this, and I want to take weight off first. So that's the plan. Let's watch how quickly it devolves. Sometimes there's serendipity, and in this case the diameter of the top of this was perfectly matched with the hole, and so I'm just using a compression fit to straighten this up. It's the same diameter as my drill head, or my Forstner bit. So there you go.
really quite clever, isn't it? Really quite clever.
Alright everybody, the willow bird feeder. Hollow tube all the way through. Comes out right about here. Theoretically you fill it with bird seed. The bird seed will spill out a little bit and then the birds will come and do their thing. I'm gonna probably hang this from an ironwood tree, which is appropriate because this top is made out of ironwood. And once I have some footage of birds feeding from it, I'll throw a short up and you can see how it turned out. But thanks for watching, and hit those buttons, and we'll see you next time.